of an executioner in the Middle Ages was really shunned, and nobody wanted to be one. And that is why butchers were coerced into becoming one, or prisoners condemned to death were offered this as an alternative to, well, dying. But most often, it passed down from father to son, and there were entire lineages of executioners. The son of the executioner, when coming of age, would start practicing with chopping pumpkins and then move to stray dogs, after which he would be considered fit for duty. People thought of murderers as just a nick above them. They always had the essence of killing about them, and people made a way for them to pass through upon seeing the sigil they wore, exclusive only to executioners and thus easily recognizable. It was obvious that they had to execute the criminals that were sentenced to death by the law. Though the work wasn't easy, they needed certain expertise to decapitate the person in at most 3 strokes of their axe or sword to prevent the person from suffering too much, and the grisly display, which was mostly intended as public entertainment and a warning to potential criminals from becoming more grisly. The spectators would sometimes attack the executioner if he failed to follow these regulations. If he survived or the people didn't attack, the authorities would dock his pay the first few times. The next offences would result in his dismissal from the service or even imprisonment. However, other than lobbing people's heads off, they also had to get rid of bodies and keep the population mangy and flea-ridden street dogs in check. They were considered cursed, and therefore anything they touched would also be cursed. They could only marry into other executioner families and would stay on the outskirts of their town. Schools mostly refused to admit their children, and they were not allowed in the churches, having to marry at their own houses. This public banishment also meant that they had to associate with society's unwanted members, such as prostitutes, lepers, and criminals. They also collected taxes from them, although they were socially avoided. But at the same time, the same people that avoided them would often come to their homes asking them to be healed, because the executioners had a high understanding of the human body, as this helped them to follow the 3-stroke rule. And the fun fact was, the executioners healed more people than they executed. All this public banishment, however, didn't come without benefits. They were exempted from tolls and taxes, and their housing was provided by the authorities. They could also take food and drink for free every month from the market. So they were mostly well off, having fine sources of income and little to no expenses. Unfortunately, there were very few venues where they could spend this money due to their public banishment. So this was Annoying's Throwback Thursday story for you. We hope we delivered something that you didn't already know. We'll see you on next Thursday with another Throwback Thursday story. Stay tuned until then and let us know your opinions on the subject as well as the video in the comment section below. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you so much.